And when I was doing the one-to-one teaching, it was with grade 4, 5, 6 and 7.
Okay.
But I started, as my name got to be known, doing the one-to-one.
Yeah.
Increasingly, a lot of my students were in grade 8 and 9. And the program that I've developed is an amalgamation of my findings from working with these children who were either in grades 4, 5, 6, 7, and increasingly grade 8 and 9, because the grade 8 and 9 students sometimes needed to go back and firm up the fundamentals from the grades 4 to 7 curriculum.
Yep.
So the book has been produced to help parents, and although although the contents are grades 4, 5, 6 and 7, the coverage is not complete for any of those grades, and instead it's just the often missing but really need to know bits from grades 4 to 7.
Okay.
And since parents have been using this with children who fall into those categories or older, who want to backtrack, I've started to share it with grade 7 elementary as an idea of an intervention, you know, to help, and also for grade 8. So I've been talking with high schools and people from high schools about the idea of having it being used with grade 8 students. So it started off with this really. That was the focus. The fact that these students were coming to me asking similar things.
Yeah.
But then, as it sort of grew, and I developed the idea, it sort of started to be used more widely. And one of the things about it, particularly for the older children, so if we're talking about grade 7 or grade 8, is that the idea of going back and figuring out which bits from grades 4, 5, 6, 7 needs firming up, and the idea of trying to figure out how to best go about that is so huge. So I decided that in my book I wouldn't actually tell anybody, parent or student, what grade it is, so that grade 8 children could actually revisit while keeping dignity. So they didn't know that there was a big number 4 plastered in the corner, so they didn't get hung up on
4 years back.
Yeah.
And it's just gone down a storm, because one of the things that I really held out when we were designing the book is that I kept it as simple as possible, and every lesson, there are 100 lessons in here, and every lesson always has the same format: a learning objective, a teaching script. So the parents told me, because I've done this in collaboration with the parents told me that they wanted me to put in here what to say, so that they didn't have to reinvent the wheel. It's not that they didn't know, but that they also wanted to know that it was current methods, and that they didn't want to have to research the best way to teach it.
And concise.
And then on the bottom,
That's very concise. Yeah.
and then on the bottom of every page, so learning objective, teaching script, 8 to try with this as hold your hand reference, and then when you feel you're ready, the parent turns over the page and you cover those with a ruler, and you see if you've achieved it. And all the sections, there are 4 sections, I'll very quickly flick to them so you can just see, and then I'll let you have a look through yourself if you like. The first section is number, which is the number-based multiplication, long multiplication,
Long division.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mode, gosh, it's late.
Median.
Mode,
Mode.
and mean.
Yeah, gotcha.
That kind
I
of
knew
thing.
exactly where you were going.
So every page, see, learning objective teaching, 8 to try, 8 to test. Second unit is fractions, decimals, and percentages.
Fractions.
It's got its own learning objective, I know chart at the beginning. Section 3 is shape and geometry.
Yep.
It's got its own I know chart, then it goes on to the 1 page per concept idea. And then the last unit, unit 4, is called times tables and times tables, exponents and prime numbers. And this unit is a self-contained program how to get children to the end of grade 7 knowing their facts like this. Because the speaking sessions that I've been doing since January have been training parents how to answer that question that we're all asked as educators: how do I get my how do I get my child to know the times tables? And in the research that I've been doing, I listed all of the concepts that a child meets from grade 7 onwards that need them to know their times tables. And the final unit is called Flash Facts, which is quick fire recall
Right.
of all the different things that are covered in the book.
And these are which units they're part of.
If this is to be used, because at the beginning of the book there's an extensive introduction about how the book can be used for different scenarios. So if it was going to be used to find out what gaps are missing, I've advised that they might want to think about this as a diagnostic tool.
Right, as a
And then
screen.
if it comes up that something is obviously missing, it tells the parent where to find the
Like that.
teaching path.
Right. So
Yeah.
if you saw a lot of numbers,
If you saw a lot of ones, you go back to unit 1 as a
Exactly.
focus.
And final little thing is, can you see that some of the lessons have got an exclamation mark?
Yeah.
That's called the high concentration alert. And I advise parents not to do that page if they were tired or hungry. So
Right.
it's the ones where we know
Extreme focus is needed.
this
Yes.
one is going to be something fun and quick that you can do for 10
Yes.
minutes while you're waiting for the dentist.
oh
Whereas,
sure, grab an apple. grab
Whereas,
Yeah.
do not try this
Yes.
unless you've got your
That's-
brightened.
that's
You're
right.
ready to be engaged.
Don't
So
learn,
I,
let's learn.
I want to talk to people in high school about how it could be used as a tool either for parents to have access to in grade 8 who want to step in and help in the background, or possibly even the bigger dream that I'd like to consider happening is that I think this could be an intervention
For
that,
sure.
that schools might want to have
So
for those students.
we offer what's called a literacy foundation stream, which is there's different levels, but it is exactly that. It's a bit of a diagnosis and get kids up to a level so that they can enter workplace math 10,
Yep.
which is, do you know all the different
Yes, I do.
streams?
That's
Yeah.
right on the grad program.
Yeah, that's when they enter the grad
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
So we have a teacher who's designed, like using some of our online curriculum, a smaller bite-sized jump in test. Do you know this?
No,
If
I
so,
don't
skip
at
it,
all. I
right?
don't.
Like, oh no, I'm not telling you. Like they'll jump into the course.
Oh!
The
Yeah.
kids will
You're
test
asking
the
them if
knowledge.
you
know
Yeah.
this,
So like,
yes.
do you understand fractions? There'll be like a pre-test.
Yes.
Get it all right? Okay, skip that whole
I
unit,
need to
jump
know
in.
that.
Similar to your thing at the
Similar
back,
to like
right? Where you're trying to
You're trying to
don't
figure
take,
out what's
yeah.
missing and what's
You want to use your time wisely.
Yes.
You're trying to get the students ready for the
Yep.
grade 10 course.
I'm with you, yeah.
But we do have families that would prefer like a paper-based resource to do this kind of
Yes,
thing.
they would.
I've
And I
trialed
can
this for 8 years with students, with the parents, and I know it works.
Yeah.
Because as I started researching it and started to make notes on what I thought the pages could look like, I trialed it and changed it and tested it and trialed it, and I even got the kids saying to me, actually, I think you need to make that different. But it's been a real labour of love, and the
I could see
feedback.
some of our K to 9
Teachers.
teachers
Yeah.
using this as a great resource.
Well, we all know the key to this year's math is last year's math, or
Yeah.
last year's math.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard to move ahead until you
Yeah.
go back and build that foundation first.
Absolutely, and during these speaking sessions, I've been saying about how just blindly going on and battling through without having the foundations is not
Yeah.
a good place, because it
Well,
just
It's
gets
not fair to the kids.
slippery slope.
Well, it's challenging.
Confidence, hopeless. It's just
Well, try to teach the next level of a concept, or a concept builds
Without
off another concept before you got the
Yeah.
first foundation one
exactly.
done.
Yeah.
It
This
shouldn't
is
be
what
very
I'm
surprising
hoping for.
that children struggle there.
So
Which
I'm
is why
trying
we
to
have
get
literacy
this out
courses
now.
in grad, because you got to say before we go ahead and grade
Before
10.
you go ahead, we got to make sure you've got
Yeah.
the background.
But I really feel that this could be a tool, whether it's the parents who take it big, or whether I have conversations with schools. But I only launched it in January,
Right.
and I've done 8 speaking spots across Vancouver and Kelowna, and I'm starting to find avenues that I want to explore more. And I want to just talk to high schools, because I want to discuss with them whether it's something that might be able to help. I'm not the kind of person that's saying, look, this is amazing, you need this. I just think that I'd like the opportunity to talk about it.
I definitely think it could be useful.
I think you need somebody, some of the math teachers to take a look.
Yeah, I would like Anthony to take a look at this for sure.